Thank you, Pat. My wife and I are here today because this is a very important pro-life legislation that we want to see get voted on. I'm going to let my wife have a few words, then I'll speak just a minute after her.
All right. My name is Lori Hoy, and I'm with the Issues for Life Foundation. And we're here today because I was once a baby like this. I was a child conceived in rape. And I know that the big debacle was about rape and incest exceptions, allegedly. That's why this legislation didn't get voted on. I'm here to say that children like me are not exceptions. We're children, and we need and deserve to be allowed to live. At 20 weeks, the baby feels tremendous pain. And abortion is a scourge on our country as it is, but to continue to torture children at this point is just inconceivable. We need to stop abortion now. So, Speaker Boehner, the House, representatives, our country has no future if we have no children.
Hi, my name is Walter Hoy, and I can tell you that the numbers surrounding abortion in the Black American community are disparaging. If you just consider the Guttmacher Institute, you're looking at about 30% of all abortions in this country coming from my neighborhood. If you consider the CDC, you're looking at about 37%. If you compare the abortion rate with live births, you're looking at for every 2.1 live births, there's one abortion in my community. There's no question about the impact of abortion in Black America. It is a Holocaust, it is a genocide, and we want to urge the Speaker of the House, Boehner, to get this vote done and get this passed. God bless you, and thank you very much.
Cheryl, make sure to introduce your name and then the organization you're with.
I'm Cheryl Sullinger, and I'm with Operation Rescue. And we're here to ask for a vote on the Pain-Capable Unborn Child Protection Act because it will save lives, plain and simple. It will also spare women from the trauma of a late-term abortion. We know many, many women that we've talked to over the years that have suffered quite a bit of trauma after these late-term abortions. I live in Wichita, Kansas. It used to be the site of the largest late-term abortion clinic outside of communist China, and we know the devastation firsthand that late-term abortions cause. Right now, we are about 6 days away from the 2-year anniversary of the conviction of Kermit Gosnell, who was convicted of killing babies that were born alive during late-term abortions that this law would have prevented. So those babies may have been alive today if we'd had this law when Kermit Gosnell was operating his House of Horrors in Philadelphia. I happened to be at that trial, and I know firsthand as well the conditions that some of these clinics operate in. And so this is not safe. It's dangerous. It's harmful to women. Of course, it takes the life of innocent children. And so there's a real sense of urgency before more innocent children die that could live if they were birthed, allowed just to be born. We need this bill voted on today. Okay.
Good morning. I'm Brian Gibson with Pro-Life Action Ministries out of Minnesota. And there are just two things I really wanted to point out here as we stand here. As we look at these fetal models of 20-week unborn babies, actual size, actual weight, this is exactly what an unborn baby looks like at 20 weeks. And this bill that's before Congress, it's not being passed yet, not coming forward, these are the youngest and smallest children that we'd be protected by this. This is the very earliest stage that we'd be protected by this, and look how large they are and how well formed they are. So I think it's very important to realize that point. And the second point I want to make out is you see these pictures that are being held of babies that have been aborted, victims of abortion. These children at this age and beyond are being dismembered to death. We have to keep that in mind. The type of abortion that is used is so horrific that it couldn't be described on TV or on the radio over the public airwaves. And this is what we want to see stopped.
I'm Monica Migliorino Miller. I'm the Director of Citizens for a Pro-Life Society. We felt it was extremely important that the actual victims of abortion be presented at this press conference and in front of Speaker Boehner today, because way too often, the abortion issue becomes just that, an issue. It's a political issue. It's a philosophical issue. When really what we're talking about are the deaths of real human beings, and we have them displayed in front of you. I took every single one of these photos, except for this one that was taken by Andy Scholberg, who worked for Joe Scheidler back in 1987. Babies that we actually took out of clinic trash dumpsters or the loading dock of a pathology lab. And you can't lie. The photos don't lie. And now Cheryl Sullinger had this. Come here, Cheryl. I want people to see this. 21 weeks. This is a black baby. This is just the face. This is a desecration of life, a desecration of life. This goes on in America every single day. We have to have at least, and we're being really conservative, we have to have at least a ban on 20-week pain-capable abortions. And like we want to call ourselves a civilized culture, we are not. We are barbarians. We are criminals. We are doing horrific things to innocent human beings, and the photos tell you the horror is written into that very bodies of these victims, and we have to call our Congress to do justice for these innocent unborn children, and it has to happen now.
Eric Scheidler, Pro-Life Action League based in Chicago. You know, almost everyone will admit they're uncomfortable, at least uncomfortable with abortion, but when it comes to late-term abortion, it turns people's stomachs. Think about a child in the womb, well developed enough to respond to mommy's voice, what she eats for dinner that night. Old enough to feel pain, being ripped limb from limb in her own mother's womb. We need a vote on H.R. 36, the 20-week abortion ban. We need to put pro-abortion congressmen on record supporting this barbaric practice. Just think about what that will do to their electoral chances in 2016 to be supporting something that almost every American finds reprehensible. Let's hold this vote, Speaker Boehner. Let's hold it now.
Sarah.
My name is Sarah Howell, and I represent the Charismatic Episcopal Church for Life, also known as CEC for Life. I'm here today to represent my generation, the generation that has been not only aborted, but targeted by the abortion industry. We're targeted constantly to get abortions after a third of us have already been aborted. And I'm here today. This bill, it's common sense. These babies feel pain at 20 weeks. They feel pain, they're aware of it, they're little human beings, and they deserve to be protected. And this is just a step forward to my generation. We want to believe that we can have a nation that protects life and that considers us to be human beings from the moment we're created. And these babies, these are our preborn brothers and sisters for my generation. These are people that are within my age range, and we just want them to make a vote. It's not difficult, it's not hard. We believe in the process that they've presented to us. We just want them to make a vote and to save the lives of these children today, as soon as possible. Don't let another day go by where these children are not protected. Thank you.
My name is James Conrad. I am the Director of Training and Apologetics with survivors of the abortion Holocaust. We have a campus outreach ministry, and I just have to say that I spend a lot of time while I am out there actually trying to convince people that it is legal in some places in this country to kill these children at this age. It is so unthinkable to the general public that I have to spend time convincing people that this is legal. This is an unthinkable practice, and it is unthinkable that it happens, and it is unthinkable and a shame that these children have not been protected so far. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I'm Bud Shaver, Executive Director of Protest Albuquerque. We're here to represent New Mexicans to join with the voices of the nation to call for a ban on late-term abortions. New Mexico takes specific priority when it comes to late-term abortions. It has the nation's largest abortion facility, killing babies through all 9 months of pregnancy. And New Mexicans are a very family-oriented people, and we're very concerned about our reputation in New Mexico. And so we want to urge national leadership to make common sense legislation to ban late-term abortions and to help rid New Mexico of its reputation of the Wild Wild West, where abortion is on demand through all 9 months of pregnancy, no restrictions, no common sense legislation to protect women and children. And so we're here to just stand in solidarity with pro-life leaders and individuals across the nation to call for a late-term abortion ban. In New Mexico, there's so much obstruction that doesn't represent a lot of the will of the people, and so they want to try and talk about a democracy, but when the voices of the people aren't even allowed to have a voice, an up or down vote, that kind of obstructs the democratic process. And so we're hoping that the radical abortion agenda is able to be alleviated through just common sense legislation and hearing the will of the people.
Anyone else? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Angela Clark. I'm director of A Best Choice Mobile Ultrasound and Pregnancy Resource Center. You can see from this photo that this is a 20-week-old baby. They're not a blob of tissue, and they have a nervous system. They can feel pain. They can cry in their mother's womb. Even at 14 weeks, they go through the motions of crying. They can feel pain, and as everybody has said, and everyone knows, that these late-term abortions, they dismember children each limb by limb, and it's a painful, horrific, barbaric practice, and it needs to be stopped.
Anyone else? If not, we are going to Speaker Boehner's office. Our message is simple. Protect America's children. Stand with America's children. And we're going to show him these are actual medical models of 20-week-old children inside their mother's womb. We're reminding Speaker Boehner this is not a tax issue. This is not a political issue. This is an issue of justice, of humanity, and protecting innocent life. So we're going to go in right now just to let you know again what will happen. We will go and have a quiet prayer. We will then knock on Speaker Boehner's door. Hopefully, we know Speaker Boehner is not here in his office right now. Hopefully, we can meet with his legislative director or staff. They know we're coming. And so we'll hopefully meet and then show him some of these pictures of abortion victims. So give us a few minutes to get through security, and we'll see you down at Speaker Boehner's office. Thank you.